Yeah, Beastivar is improving as well in the first sector. His second sector, 16.9, is the yellow sector too. But that still is quite an impressive lap time from him. He's sitting in P4 currently. But let's see what Beast can do as he heads into the final sector. Yeah,
Here
go on.
comes Beast, my number one pick in the qualifying. Let's see what the Williams driver is gonna do, because the straight mode is on. Mr. Williams driver goes up to P1, 1 minute 18 dead. And now will Poconato respond with any better improvement? Crackdev as well, heading onto the finish line, stays in the 4th position. So we're currently watching the runner-up as of current, Poconato.
Pedro on a decent lap as
Heading
well
out.
in P10, 2 green sectors.
Yeah, look at Fax. Like you said, Sebi, we have to watch out for Fax. Fax gets the fastest first sector. Now, will he go? Is he going to repeat the same thing as Pedro gets P2 and snatches it from the Q80 driver?
Look at 33. Look at 33. He's coming out at 13 here.
Here's Lord.
Yep, 33 is on the way to the line right now, out of 14. He's actually got a chance here. Fastest sector 2. I didn't even notice it for a second.
Oh,
and I'm not sure he's going to put it nowhere. Did he invalidate in 3?
Fox does it. Fox does it. Sorry. Ooh. I thought he invalidated, but Fox does it. Guess not just a P1 from Beast, who's currently looking to start his lap again.
Sod 85.
So still in 1:18.096.
Sod 85 in last place, rounding out the final corner. Let's see what he can do. He was a strong contender last race, but let's see what he can do here on Australia. And he goes up to P2.
And Sot is actually still on a lap. He's making his way to the line. May not be an improvement, but we'll see as he's on the run-up out of 14 to the line. Salt 85, does he improve? Yes, he does. 1:17.548, new time to beat, and he's ahead of Thax by a tenth and a couple of hundreds to spare. So $1 in spare change. Very good lap from Salt 85. Thax, though, still improving.
It's getting more and more heated on the track here. 2.5 minutes remaining, and now the desperation kicks in for a couple of drivers in the hopes of a better result in the qualifying. As here comes Fax to the line, snatches the pole position from SOT for now 1:17.462.
We await the lights for a 26-lap race around the Albert Park Street Circuit as we have 5 red lights. And the Australian Grand Prix is underway. Week 2, AWC Season 7. Thax is going to lead them into Turn 1, followed by Sod and Allen. The top 3 absolutely gap the rest of the field on the starts. Then behind, it's Poco, Beast, Crackdev, Dungeon, Pedro, a huge melee going on behind. Thax leads them into Turn 3. The Ferrari sticking to the racing line and already putting a car length between him and the Alpine. But the Haas is all over the rear bumper. That's the Canadian of Allen. He was a strong starter in Hockenheim. He's being a strong starter again. Through Turn 6 onto the backstretch, and it's all to play for. Welcome to Albert Park. Crackdev, looking like he is emerging out of that melee now as the field starts to spread out. The order will settle in over the next 3 laps or so. And right now, he is running just ahead of Dungeon Fanatics. The Haas team, very strong. It's Haas, Alpine, and Ferrari, your leading teams. But don't count out the BMW of Poco and the 2 Williams behind. That's Beastival. Also 33 in the mix there as well. There's a car off into the gravel. Not sure who it is, but they're back on track. We make it through 1 lap of racing with Thax in command of this race by half a second to start. Sot, Allen, Crackdev, Dungeon right there behind him, and behind those drivers, an absolute melee going on in the midfield. Meanwhile, out front, Thax now ahead by a full second.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you there, but Crackdev has frozen. Crackdev has frozen on the track.
He disconnected.
He's gone. He's gone.
He's gone. Disconnected.
God damn it. Why?
Oh, this is huge for Haas in the Constructors' Championship in P2 and P4, and Ferrari only have 1 car out on track.
his teammate behind Pedro, is all over Beastival. They were nearly side by side out of 4. So the battle for P7 is real as they make their way out of turn 6 onto the backstretch. Pedro looking to recover after that slowdown from earlier. One other thing to note. Alan and Thax both have at least 2 invalidations. I can tell you this because Alan picked up 2 on the lap before this one where we paid a bit more attention. Now, and Thax had 1 on that lap as well. He had 1 on a prior lap. They both are close to getting a penalty. There's pressure on the leaders.
Sorry to interrupt you, but Yushi's out. Yushi's out the race.
Why does everybody keep crashing? Oh my god, oh my god.
Heading into the backstretch. Hits the barrier and it's over for the Japanese driver.
Oh, Sot got a penalty.
The drivers are on the hard. Sot with the penalty. As he makes his way out of 14, now he's going to, oh my god, he's going to lose the position to Poconaldo. Poconaldo now going to move for 4th. Potentially, they're side by side, making the way into 1 and 2. Poconaldo and Sot, this is a battle that we haven't seen in a little bit, but he is there. So, oh, what was that? Is that Dungeon Fanatics with the penalty out in front of them as well? Now that's going to bring Sot and that group of cars closer. Dungeon with a penalty out of 4. Now it's Sot 85, which car is that behind them as well? That is the leading Audi of Pedro. So those 3 now involved in a fight for 4th position, a fight that didn't exist just a couple of laps ago. Now it's critical. Alan, 1.3 back, not catching. Dungeon had to slow down as well. He's lost even more time to the top 2. Sot looks like able to hold on to 4th position, even though he made a mistake. Poconaldo's going to have a very hard time getting the move done for the time being. You're approaching half race distance when you cross the line, so you've got to start thinking about when they're going to choose to box. Sot earliest to react, so he was planning to go 10 racing laps on medium tires. Here comes Thax. If he doesn't go softs, I'll be surprised. But keep in mind, with the degradation levels on the 2026 car, mediums are also very, very viable at this point. You don't want to jump the gun, essentially, by boxing too early onto softs because it can degrade faster than you think. Thax, though, is going to be comfortable with it. He says it's time. So he makes his way out of the pit exit with a fresh pair of reds on. And that is his decision to the end of the race. Alan's going to go on softs as well. That may be strategy, that might be response, but the 2 leaders will be chasing each other down to the end of this race. Beastival, for the moment, is actually going to be net P1, but for how long? Another slowdown for Thax in the same spot. Here comes Alan. Alan's got to catch him. He's going to gain a lot of time back right there. So that penalty that he had, now somewhat less a factor. He's still going to be behind Thax as they make their way through Sector 2. So Beastival now going to be net P1 for a little bit longer until he comes in. For the top 3, Dungeon's gained back about 1.5 seconds. Now here comes Pedro. What the hell? Here comes the Audi. Out of nowhere into the chicane, and it's a battle for the podium. Oh my goodness gracious, the Audi's flying past. Where did this man come from? Pedro 98 into turns 9 and 10, and suddenly he has put himself in contention for P3, clearly fighting to the end of this race. Dungeon and Pedro, side by side, they make the way out of 14. Good googly moogly, I didn't even see him. He kind of appeared like my father, just out of nowhere. They make their way now on lap 22. That's Thax leading. Poconaldo with a slowdown out of 13. That's critical. Here comes Beastival. It's in the straightaway. Plenty of momentum for the Williams driver. This is his chance to move past Poconaldo. If he can hold on to the end of this race, he's got to make it through turns 1 and 2 and appear 1 or 2 noses ahead. But for now, he's at least almost alongside. Slowdown for Poco at the start of lap 23, and that's critical. Now the Williams with a chance to finish in 6th position. Can Poconaldo defend him out of 4? They're side by side. They make their run towards the backstretch, and there's 2 close to call. Neither one with the advantage out of 6. They keep it clean. They keep it off the gravel. Fights everywhere. Dungeon's losing more time to Pedro. He's pulling away for 3rd. Sot's holding on for P5, Beastival and Poconaldo still fighting as they make their way towards the chicane. This is incredible racing for that spot, which is dominated. The front of the midfield, in theory, P6 is where the front of the midfield has been all day. And now, it's Beastival and Poconaldo looking to take this all the way home to the line. And I think the pressure is getting to Dungeon. He has not been able to repass Pedro. The battle for third may go all the way to the line. The battle for sixth may do the exact same. There are still fights all over this field. Those are the two to watch. It's Pedro and Dungeon fighting. There's Sot in the background, just a little too far out of the picture with only one to go. That's Thax now, all the way towards the chicane, looking to pass lapsed traffic as the battle continues behind him. It's going to be back-to-back race wins for the Turkish driver. He says, go ahead and fire up the grill, make me an Iskandar kebab, because I'm going to enjoy this one. Back-to-back wins for the Scuderia.
Dungeon got Pedro for now.
Oh, Dungeon's gonna get Pedro. They're gonna have just a couple of corners to go. Dungeon Fanatics is holding on to P3 for the time being. Beastival and Poco, still no clear winner there. Can Dungeon hold on? 2 corners to go. Into 13, out of 14, an error from Pedro, and just like that, 2 Haas drivers will finish on the podium. Dungeon Fanatics, to the line, takes home P3, there it is. Pedro 4th, Sot rounds out the top 5 and behind. Poco and Beast. Beast gets him at the line by nothing. Literally nothing. Under a 10th. Not even barely half a 10th. Oh my goodness. But it's enough. The British driver gives him the bird as they make it past the start-finish line for the 26th time today. It's P6 for Beastival.